What's more important, making more money or being frugal? The answer is surprisingly neither, and both at the same time. Let me explain. No one is ever going to complain about making more money, and that's definitely encouraged for financial independence to retire early. If someone doesn't have good spending habits and saving habits, a person making $100,000 spending $95,000 and someone making $30,000 spending $25,000 are both at the same place financially with whole numbers. They're both saving $5,000 a year in that case, but technically the $30,000 individual is saving 16%, putting them ahead of the person making $100,000 because that person is only saving 5%, which will be more relevant in a moment. So the real answer to the question, which is more important, is actually savings rate. But being frugal, thrifty, and penny pinching can help you make better spending habits, making you better with money as a whole. Here's a clip of me trying to pinch a penny. I don't think I actually have a penny to try this on, so it might just be a giant Bitcoin. So this is me recording the video before it actually happens. As you can see, it's kind of hard to show what being frugal really looks like. Like, what do I show you? Like, I'm gonna just take some money and just put it in my pocket. That'll just make me look like a thief. Anyway, back to the video. When someone is frugal in the beginning of their financial journey, they tend to budget better and have better understanding of their expenses. So if you could inculcate those skills while earning more, that's the recipe for success. A person who budgets better is less likely to be subject to a term called lifestyle inflation, which essentially means as a person's income increases, they tend to spend more, while they were living on less previously. So for example, you got a raise and they're giving you $100 extra per paycheck. Even though you're fine living off of $1,900, now you're spending the full $2,000 even though you didn't need to. You could have saved or invested the difference of the $100. So as your paycheck increased, your spending also increased, making you subject to lifestyle inflation. So back to retiring early or financial independence in general, it all depends on the savings rate. Retirement and savings rate are directly correlated. I'm putting up a chart to show you in relationship to the percentages. You can also look this up at Mr. Money Mustache savings rate table. That'll give you a better idea of the whole article as a whole, and maybe I'll put the link in the description. So with the example of the two people in the beginning of the video, Mr. 100K and Mr. 30K, Mr. 100K with a savings rate of 5% will take 66 years to retire, and Mr. 30K will take 43 years to retire at the 16% savings rate. That's a difference of 23 years. So Mr. 30K can retire 2 decades earlier than Mr. 100K just based off a savings rate. So that's why both making money and being frugal are important and not as important compared to savings rate, but having both sets of skills and resources makes financial independence more practical. Thanks for joining my TED Talk.